How does smoking affect you? Do you ever find yourself tempted to puff on a cigarette or ingest the toxin nicotine in any way? You would not be the only one if so. According to the American Cancer Society, more than 43 million adults smoked in 2007. This seems to be an astounding number, seeing as how smoking is not good for your health in any way. So why do people continue to find themselves providing the tobacco companies with satisfaction? Knowing that a substance like nicotine can cause you illness, disease, or death should keep you from it. With tobacco, though, that does not seem to be the case. Cigarettes did not become widely popular in the United States until after the Civil War. The effects on health caused from smoking were not known until researchers have begun to discover that there was a link between smoking and cancer. There was no sure evidence that existed about health factors to share with the consumers until the 1950s. I want to address the reasons people may begin to smoke in the first place. The majority of smokers usually begin as teens. When you start smoking as a teen, it's usually a transition from adolescence to adulthood. What many teens may not think about when they start this awful habit is the addiction that comes with it. It's especially likely for a teen to start smoking when their family and friends smoke around them. According to the American Journal of Public Health, if there was a ban of smoking in the household, it could lessen the chances of teens smoking. What I've noticed about the smokers around me is that they look to smoking as a relaxant or stress reliever. This finds to be true because nicotine can make a person feel calm and relaxed. According to the book Nicotine, tobacco is one of the few substances legally available that can harm or even kill when used as the manufacturer intends. Wouldn't you think that health problems gained from smoking would cause you more stress? There is no one safe way to smoke a cigarette. However, the consumers are in the act of being deceived when they look at these descriptions. The descriptions I'm talking about are things such as mild, light, ultra-light, and medium. Studies show that low-tar cigarettes can cause cancer just as well as the regular dosage of tar and nicotine in cigarettes. So why do tobacco companies even offer different varieties or brands in cigarettes? Is it simply for the taste, or is it just to deceive the public into thinking that one is better for you than the other? When people switch to brands of lower tar and nicotine, they usually wind up smoking more cigarettes, taking bigger puffs, or puff more often to get the same effect. So this would mean that this is helping the tobacco companies financially. So what are the real dangers of tobacco? Well, there are over 4,000 chemicals in the tar of the smoke. 60 of these chemicals are known to be causes of cancer, but all of them can be deadly. Tobacco use accounts for 30% of all cancer deaths in the United States and 87% of lung cancer deaths. According to the book Tobacco, more than 430,000 deaths are caused annually from tobacco usage. There are many diseases and heart conditions that can be caused by tobacco. Have you ever heard of smoker's cough? It is a real thing. It's a disease called chronic bronchitis. This happens when a person's lungs produce too much mucus and they have to cough it out. You can see this in smokers all the time. Also, the coughing does not lessen. It is a stable condition that does not go away. There are also conditions emphysema and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Emphysema is a disease that enables a person to get oxygen. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is chronic bronchitis and emphysema in one. In the last stages of this disease, it is said that people are gasping for breath and it is much like the feeling of drowning. More than 7 million current and former smokers suffer from this disease. Smoking not only affects your lungs, but it also affects the most important organ, your heart. It increases the risk for heart disease, which everyone knows is the leading cause of death in the United States. Smoking can also cause difficulties in pregnant women. According to the Public Health Report, the number of infants exposed to tobacco during pregnancy is too high. There have been many lawsuits filed against tobacco companies in our past and to this day. It finally became time to hold the tobacco companies responsible for the health problems they are selling so politely in a box. The lawsuits were being filed against tobacco companies to improve public health and to save lives. The fact that they were going to be expected to change the way they did business was almost humorous to some. In all of these lawsuits, they have to try to find a way around the tobacco companies' defense mechanisms to get what they want. The bad part about this is that the tobacco companies have their own set of lawyers. But 10 years ago, in 1998, the Master Settlement Agreement was created. This required that all the nation's leading cigarette companies, including Philip Morris USA and the other original participating manufacturers, signed a contract with the Attorney General of 46 states, 5 U.S. territories, and the District of Columbia. This settlement changed the way the industry advertised and sold tobacco products in the U.S. The settlement also requires that tobacco companies pay the states $200 billion over 25 years. So far, they have paid more than $42 billion since 1997. Does this Master Settlement Agreement change anything for you? I see a settlement as just giving up. The settlement may be helping health issues because consumers of nicotine are more aware of the side effects, but so what? It doesn't ban nicotine, nor does it stop anything. It just gives the tobacco industry permission to keep on selling products and cause more and more health issues. Even if there is more information about tobacco, it is still addictive. So as long as it is addictive, there is no way that people can quit. In the long run, the only way that smoking-related illnesses and deaths are going to be non-existent is if there are no more tobacco companies or tobacco